What's up, everybody? Welcome to the FanDuel Hurry Up. I am Frank Stanfield, joined by Gabe Morency to bring you his best bets heading into Week 10 of the NFL season. You know, Gabe, it's cold here in the Northeast, but your picks have been keeping us warm. You're spitting some hot fire. What's going on, man?
Let's try to keep it going. I'm like Tony Romo was when he played. I do my best work when the weather gets cold, late in the season. Let's get it done.
Let's get things started with this Cardinals and Bucks game. The Cards getting 4.5 points at the Tampa Bay Bucks. The total in this game is 52 points, and two of your best bets are actually coming from the same game.
That's right. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers guys are playing at home for the first time in a long time. They've only played two home games. This is the first time they're playing at home since week 3, to be exact, except I'm not really sure this is a good thing for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's just cut to the chase, all right? The Buccaneers blow. There's my professional analysis for you. Doesn't matter whether they're playing in London, whether they're playing in Florida, or whether they're playing in any other state or country. The Tampa Bay Buccaneer defense is a major problem, but money can be made betting the overs of Tampa Bay Buccaneer games, guys. 7 straight overs. Now, listen, Arizona is only averaging 21.7 points per game this year, but they actually move the football. They just settle for too many field goals. I don't think that's going to be a problem this week against Tampa Bay. Oftentimes, when the obvious over game of the week is on the board, it doesn't hit. This is different. It feels like, this is going to get there, and they're probably going to put up a ton of points in the first half. I don't even think we're going to stress this one out, actually. I think it's going to be a shootout, a track meet. Bruce Arians facing his former team. Not that it really matters. Has Kyler Murray ever even met Bruce Arians, let alone, it's the former coach of the team that was here years ago that I play for now. So I don't really think much of this Bruce Arians angle, but I do think much of a Tampa Bay Buccaneer team laying points. Jameis Winston's one of the worst quarterbacks in the league against the spread. You can't trust this guy not to turn the ball over, let alone you're going to trust this guy to win a football game by 5 points. They're 2-6 straight up. They're also 2-6 against the spread as well. Say what you will about Cliff Kingsbury. Evidently, the cell phone breaks are working because they're 6-3 against the number. And as they say, good teams win, great teams cover. I don't care what your standings are. I don't care what place you're in the standings. What does that do for me? If a team makes the playoffs, let me ask you something. The Miami Dolphins are on a 4-game ATS run right now. They're the best team in the NFL over the last month. Are they better than the New England Patriots? All right, the Patriots are going to the playoffs. Do you get a playoff bonus? Are you getting a check from the Patriot organization because they made the playoffs? No, but you're going to get paid if the Miami Dolphins cover the number, right? Throw out everything. It doesn't matter about wins and losses. It's all about who covers numbers. And Arizona is 6-3 against the spread. Make it 7-3 against the spread. Crazy, high-scoring, close football game. Give me the 4.5 points with a team. Arizona, they lead the league with the least turnovers in the league. Meanwhile, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are a turnover machine. Jameis Winston has the league high 12 interceptions this year. I can't be laying points. Give me Arizona and the over.
You heard Gabe, you can't be laying points with Jameis Winston right now and the Tampa Bay Bucks. We should see some points together combined in this game. Both of these defenses have struggled this year. Kyler Murray looked pretty good against the San Francisco 49ers defense last week. They're getting David Johnson back as well. Take the points with the Cardinals and take the over right now at 52 points. Let's move over to the Bills at the Browns. Buffalo Bills. Gabe's Buffalo Bills getting 2.5 points here. Josh Allen going up against Baker Mayfield. Gabe, I've heard a lot of people this week talk about how this is a trap game, that the books want you to bet on the Bills. What do you have to say to that?
Well, you know what? I'm going to do what the book wants me to do this week because I'm taking the Buffalo Bills. We've heard this. The Cleveland Browns are overrated. They're overrated by the lines maker. They've been overrated by the public. They were overhyped. I mean, look, the New England Patriots, we're only laying 10 points against them. The Patriots lay a ton of points against everybody. Somehow, Cleveland this. Every week we hear about how Cleveland is going to bounce back and how they're in a good spot. Now, I'm not naive. The Buffalo Bills, and you failed to mention, actually, in your introduction, Frank, that the 6-2 Buffalo Bills. Just saying, the 6-2 Buffalo Bills, 5-3 against the spread, 5-3 against the number. But they're 3-0 straight up and ATS on the road so far this year, guys. Buffalo Bills have been a very good road dog, 6-1 the last 7 on the highway when getting points. The Cleveland Browns aren't good anywhere. Very similar situation to the Tampa game. We have a 2-6 football team that's 2-6 straight up and 2-6 against the spread, and suddenly everybody likes them this week. A cause for concern in this game is the Buffalo Bills over the last 3 weeks have given up over 150 yards a game on the ground, 151 to be exact. It's a problem. But I don't think Freddie Kitchens is smart enough to know this. I don't think, you know what I mean? So what? He's got Kareem Hunt back now, so he can underutilize him in the same way he does Nick Chubb. Cleveland just have too many problems. It's a weird spot for the Buffalo Bills, and, you know, the Bills got a desperate Philadelphia Eagle team that were sort of wounded, and, you know, you don't want to play a wounded animal, but a Brown's not an animal, all right? An Eagle is. And, you know, the Browns are just a football team that are playing out the string right now. Freddie Kitchens knows he's done. Sean McDermott's an underrated coach. The Buffalo Bills are an underrated football team. They have an elite defense. They've had problems with the run, but it's not going to be pretty. It'll be a stress job, but ultimately you have to take the Buffalo Bills in this game, guys. Give me the Bills. Circle the wagons.
Right now, it seems like Baker Mayfield cares more about his mustache than winning football games. Gabe is going with the 6-2 Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen and Devin Singletary get the job done on the road. Let's move on over to the Chiefs and the Titans. The Chiefs laying 5.5 points on the road right now. The total of this game is 48.5, but getting bet up quick with Patrick Mahomes expected back here. Gabe, how do you feel about this game?
You know, with or without Mahomes, I like the over in this game, to be honest, Frank. And it really hasn't been all that much movement considering Mahomes is back. It's actually climbed up a point now, and I think it's going to continue to climb, and rightfully so. You look at Kansas City's offense, they scored 49 points in the 2 games without Patrick Mahomes, and I expect Mahomes to pick up where he left off. You look at the Tennessee Titans, you don't really think of them as an over team, but they're actually 6-2 to the over their last 8 home games. And since Ryan Tannehill has taken over at the quarterback position, all 3 games have gone over the number. They haven't scored less than 20 points in any of these games. Kansas City's averaging 28 points a game this year, down from their 35 from last year. They played a couple of very good defenses. They played in some bad weather. Mahomes got hurt. Kansas City's offense is fine, and Tennessee's going to have a hard time slowing them down. But as I mentioned, Tennessee get into the 20s, and they're going to get into the 20s in this football game. And we know that Kansas City's getting into the 20s, the high 20s. I think the number's too low here, guys. I would suggest, if you're going to follow me on this one, to bet it right away. As soon as you watch this video, bet on the over. And if you say, you know what, this bald guy blows, he's terrible, I want to fade his picks, then I would wait. Then I would wait, because the number's going to go up. Because people like me are going to bet on the over. And I'm going to bet so much money on this game, I'm going to move the number. Probably not. But I do like the over a lot in this football game, and I'm dead serious. I think the number's only going to go up. So if you're going to bet the over, you should probably get in on it ASAP. Chiefs are 6-3 to the over on the year. It's a more than manageable number on the board here. The Chiefs, I like the Chiefs when they're in the 3.5 range. The point spread's getting a little out of hand right now. I think the over is the best bet in this football game.
Join Gabe in taking the over in this game between the Chiefs and the Titans. Patrick Mahomes expected back. Full practice this week. Ryan Tannehill not playing bad either. We expect the Chiefs to get ahead in this game. The Titans score some points from behind as well. Take the over now because the number is climbing. Let's move on over to your final best bets of the weekend here, Gabe. That is the Snoopy Bowl, the chase for Chase Young, as Greg Sussman likes to call it. It's the New York Giants going up against my Jets. Just end the season. Gabe, when you thought it couldn't get any worse, Adam Gase and these Jets go out and lose to the Miami Dolphins. The total in this game is 44.5. The Giants are laying 2.5 points. Gabe, how do you handicap this game?
Well, I'll tell you what, Frank, I listen to a lot of heavy metal, so I'm not sure if you said the Snoopy Bowl or the Poopy Bowl, because this is what we have. I'll tell you what, the New York Jets and the New York Giants are a bigger mess than a Port Authority bathrooms, all right? And trust me, hey, you hear what I'm saying? Honestly, I mean, it's a big rivalry game, but you know what, like the most like intense football game in New York is? the New York Police Department against the New York Fire Department, both of which would be favored against these clown shows that are going to be rolling out at MetLife Stadium. A combined 3-14. So what do we have here, man? We've got one team that's seeing ghosts, and we got another team that's got black cats running around the field. And for the record, that black cat's my buddy. I've named him Parlay as well. We're hoping to track down Parlay. I'm not kidding. Regulars at a FanDuel Sportsbook, we see him hanging around, man. He cruises around all the time. Poor guy ended up on the field. But you know what? He did something that the Giants don't do very often. He got into the end zone. Like, I swear to God, either the Jets or the Giants could, like, strap a little mini Giant or Jet helmet on this cat, and he could make their team. Like, he can make their team. All right? You know what? Out of all the games on the board, I figured I had to give a pick for this one, Frank. It's so bad, it's good. It's just so bad, it's good, this game. Listen, man, I have to take the over in this football game. Since, you look at Daniel Jones and you look at Sam Darnold, every time they touch the football, something's going to happen. They're either going to complete a pass, they're either going to fumble it, or there's either going to be an interception. I mean, the prop, will there be an interception in this game? Will this quarterback throw it? Yes. Sam Darnold, yes. Will Daniel Jones? Oh, yes, check mark. You know what? A defensive teams or, defensive or special teams touchdown prop might be worth a look in this football game as well. This is another one, though, Frank, where the total is climbing. Since your boy, Sam Darnold, as Frank's a Jet guy, since your boy, Sam Darnold's come back, the games have all gone over the number. And you look at the Giants couldn't stop the New York Fire Department football team right now. There's going to be points in this game. Le'Veon Bell's status still up in the air right now. I like the over a lot. It's climbing, all right? This same thing. This game's gone up a point and a half over the last couple of days as people are starting to clue in that this game will be a track meet. The Giants' offense is absolutely putrid. The Jets will be able to move the ball through the air a bit. And meanwhile, the Jets have basically given up. So I like a high-scoring game here, and I have to give you a pick because we're talking about such a massive game. Come on, man. It's the Snoopy Bowl. Give me the New York Giants, and Saquon I trust. The Giants are hanging together more as a unit, and they don't hate their coach with a passion like the Jets do. But I just want to say this. I know we have a lot of wrestling fans, that watch us. So I think this game should basically be a loser leaves town match. Like basically between Shermer and Gase. Whoever loses, you must resign at the post-game press conference. You're going to get fired anyways. So you got to get paid. That's why you're not going to resign. It really should be, though. Loser leaves town match. Hell, take Rutgers with you. Give me the Giants and the over.
So bad, it's good. The only way to describe this game between the New York Giants and the New York Jets, loser leaves town match. Gabe, we might get two losers in this one because Pat Shermer and Adam Gase doesn't look like they're going to be here for long. I've seen those Port Authority bathrooms. Gabe is not wrong about that as well. This is going to be a fun game. Gabe likes the Giants and the over. For Gabe Morency, I am Frank Staple. Thank you so much for watching the FanDuel Hurry Up, and good luck on your Week 10 bets.